Belly fat in general is really easy to gain, but really hard to get rid of. And excess belly fat is both unhealthy and unattractive. A lot of us try to solve our belly fat problem by doing crunches and sit-ups until the fat goes away. But crunches and sit-ups are some of the least effective exercises you can do because they don't really burn a lot of calories. And unfortunately, you can't target the fat on your midsection by doing ab exercises. The fact is that the best exercise that you can do to reduce your belly fat is the exercise of self-control when it comes to your diet and what you eat on a daily basis. However, even though your diet will always be the main thing that determines how much excess body fat you have, there are certain exercises that burn a lot more calories than others, and these exercises can be used to boost the amount of calories you burn on a weekly basis, which will help you burn more fat from your whole body, including the fat on your belly. And these exercises can also help improve your functional fitness as you age, which will enable you to participate more in all the activities life has to offer. So first, some basic exercise science. Running burns about 15.1 calories per minute for a 160-pound person, while walking burns about 8.7 calories per minute. For example, a 160-pound person running at 5 miles per hour burns 453 calories in 30 minutes, and they will burn about 255 calories if they walk for the same 30 minutes. Lifting weights, on the other hand, burns between 100 and 300 calories in the same 30 minutes, depending on the intensity of effort. The difference is in the afterburn. Running and walking have a relatively short afterburn, where we burn additional calories as an effect of that activity. But when we lift weights with a progressive overload, we build muscle. The additional muscle mass continues to burn calories even at rest, so the afterburner effect can become cumulatively more beneficial at burning calories even when we are at rest. Each pound of additional muscle mass can burn around 50 calories per day, so if we manage to put on 10 pounds of additional muscle, we could burn an additional 500 calories per day even when we aren't working out. So there's a lot to be said about focusing on exercises that can build muscle if your goal is to burn calories and lose body fat for the long haul. And we can use exercises that get some of the immediate calorie burning effects of steady state cardio like running, along with providing some of the muscle growth effects of weightlifting. The first exercise I want to show you is one of the best calorie burning exercises, period. I call this the man maker, or the weighted burpee. To begin, you're going to grab 2 moderately heavy dumbbells that you can curl and press over your head. Then stand straight up with both dumbbells hanging down at your sides. Squat down as you bend your back and plant both dumbbells around the outside of your feet. Then jump your feet back out into a push-up position and perform a push-up on the dumbbells. After that, hop your feet back in between your hands and stand straight up with the dumbbells. When lifting the dumbbells off the ground, you want to do it with good form as if you're performing a squat or a deadlift. So make sure that you maintain the neutral curve of your lower back as you stand up. Then you're going to curl and press those dumbbells over your head. Then lower the dumbbells back to your shoulders. Then bring them back to your sides and then repeat for reps. Now if you're a beginner, you can do these with just your body weight, and instead of jumping your feet out, you can walk them out and back for less impact. The next exercise is a simple sandbag slam. The easiest way to do this is by using either a slam ball, which looks just like a medicine ball, or a sandbag. I'll be demonstrating with a slam ball. So you're going to start with your feet shoulder width apart and the ball in between your feet. Squat down and grab the ball. Stand up and curl and then press it over your head. Then slam the ball down into the ground as hard as you can in between your feet. So you don't want to just throw the bag to the ground using only your arms. Instead, when the bag is over your head, you want to pull your hips back out from under you and put your whole body into the slam by bending at the waist and using the full power of your core to drive the ball into the ground. Then repeat for reps. The same exercise can be done with a sandbag in the exact same way, and if you don't have access to either one, there are some inexpensive ones on Amazon that I've linked up in the description. Another great exercise that'll get your heart pumping is the dumbbell wood chopper. This can also be done with a kettlebell. Begin with a moderately heavy dumbbell on the floor between your feet. Bend down and grab it with both your hands. You can either interlace your fingers or simply put one hand over the other. So this is your starting position, standing straight up with the dumbbell in both hands. From there, you're going to squat straight down and stand up with your elbows almost fully locked out. You're going to rotate the dumbbells from your hips at an upward angle over your opposite shoulder, then bring it back to the starting position, while still keeping your elbows almost fully locked out. Repeat that movement for reps on one side before switching to the other. Try to avoid bending your arms during this movement because we want to focus on core strength through rotation. Most people don't perform exercises that develop rotational strength, and that can be a big problem because a lot of injuries occur when a rotational force is involved. So strengthening exercises like the wood chop can really help prevent potential injuries. Now let's look at kettlebell swings. According to the American Council on Exercise, a person can burn about 400 calories in just 20 minutes with a kettlebell workout. The most basic kettlebell exercise is the kettlebell swing. So to begin, start with your feet a little wider than shoulder width and the kettlebell out in front of you. Bend your knees, grab the kettlebell with both hands, and remember to keep your arms straight and relaxed throughout this entire exercise. It's not meant to be an arm exercise. The focus should be on your legs, your butt, and your shoulders. So lift the kettlebell up, relax your knees, shift your body weight back into your heels, and lower your butt backwards and down as you swing the kettlebell behind you in between your legs. Then push through your heels and explode through your hips. This explosive hip hinging motion should send the kettlebell swinging upward. It's very important that as you drive your hips forward, you also stop them and don't allow them to go past a neutral spine. Pushing your hips forward too much will hyperextend your spine and will more than likely lead to a back injury. So pop your hips, then squeeze your core and your glutes to stop at neutral and aim for the kettlebell to come up about to chest height with your arms still extended out in front of you. Then allow the kettlebell to come back down as you shift your weight back on your heels, hinge your hips, and catch the weight of the kettlebell as you use the momentum to go straight into your next rep. Keep in mind that this is not a squat with a frontal raise, and if you're muscling the kettlebell up with your shoulders, you're doing it wrong. Another great exercise is mountain climbers, and these can be done anywhere to elevate your heart rate. Start by getting into a push-up position. Mountain climbers are performed by bringing in one knee up towards your chest and then alternating back and forth with your other knee for reps. You can add a layer of intensity by bringing your knees towards the opposite shoulder. Perform this exercise for reps or for time. This one works your core and involves your whole body, so it will definitely boost your calorie burn. Another simple but effective exercise I want to show you is the hammer swing. This exercise can help build rotational strength, coordination, and balance while incorporating most of the major muscle groups in your body. This exercise can be done with a hammer, a pipe, or even a broom handle. The heavier the tool, the more effort and calories you'll use to accomplish the exercise. You can get an old tire from a tire store for free, or you can use a stump or a pile of dirt or whatever you have. Start by standing in front of the tire with your hammer gripped with both hands in a staggered position. With your left foot in front of your right, swing in an arc-like looping path around your right side and over your head. Then pull your hips out from under you, contract your core, and slam the hammer down using your whole body. As the hammer bounces off the tire, switch your stance so that your right foot is now in front of your left, and now loop around on the other side. Slam it down and repeat for reps. The final exercise that burns a lot of calories and builds functional strength and coordination is the Turkish get-up. For this one, you can grab any kind of weight in one hand. It can be a gallon jug of water, a dumbbell, a kettlebell, just as long as you can hold it in one hand. Just make sure that it's a moderate weight load and not too heavy. You're going to lay down on your back with the weight in one hand pointed straight upwards towards the ceiling. Take your leg that's on the same side as the weight and bend that knee. Your other leg is going to stay straight. Then sit up while still keeping the weight pointed straight up towards the ceiling. Prop yourself up on the other elbow and continue sitting up while extending your elbow. Then plant your hand on the ground behind you. Then you're going to lift your hips up off the ground as if you were getting ready for a side plank, but instead you're going to make room to slide the leg that's closer to the ground back behind you and plant it into the ground, not too far from where your hand is. Then you're going to come up into a lunge position and stand all the way up, keeping the weight above your head the entire time. Then you're going to reverse the movement. So lunge, post, kick your leg out, lower to your elbow, and then return to the starting position before repeating for reps. So those are 7 exercises that will help you burn more calories than you would burn by just doing simple weightlifting movements or steady state cardio. Keep in mind that these aren't intended to replace a regular strength training routine where you lift weights and use progressive resistance to build muscle. These can be added to your normal workout schedule to help you burn more calories and speed up your fat loss progress. Or if you're just getting started, getting back in shape, these are a great way to make quick progress. You can do each exercise for 10 interval rounds of 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off, and then take a minute break and move on to the next exercise. You can use one of these exercises or all of them in a single workout. And if you spend 30 minutes at least 2 or 3 times per week doing exercise like this, and you pay attention to eating a healthy diet, you'll lose excess body fat, you'll feel better, you'll look better, and be on your way to living a longer, more active life. If you got value from this video, please like, please subscribe, and please share it with a friend. And as always, thank you so much for watching.